Tatina nga lu junga nihe na nihe ta parche nihe tontangzi te tsete tonjini to nga diwan de chigna nga to lu teme kebe nga chundi gishi zlevin de langme kebe elazi ata texi dirnala ta sanen 그 제프로 그베 다 다클라 말 다케가 루가 츠가 제가 동스베 당가 루니 했던 게 드나다오니 다 도무지 그베
Over the past 9 weeks, I've been travelling across China to investigate how 30 years of rural developments has impacted the lives of farmers across the country. For the last part in the series, I've taken a bus from Xining into the mountains of Qinghai to find out how the recently announced rural development policy, that will guide developments for the next 10 years, meets the needs of some of China's poorest communities. The village of Duowa sits on the slopes of a deep, dusty gorge. As I crossed the frozen river that joins the community together, I spotted Yang Tor descending onto the ice with 2 large buckets, and I asked local villager Ho Bu, who had agreed to be my guide for the day, if we could divert our tour to investigate. Following her down to the iced river, we came to a hole where she began to fill her pails. Running water taps had been installed in the village, but they were frozen, and until spring, Yang Tor and all the other villagers had to continue to rely on the river water for feeding their livestock, and a spring about 2 kilometers away for drinking water. I went through the list of promised developments: a new road, access to new schools in the county town, health insurance, pensions and support for new agricultural technologies, and all were present in the village. But like the frozen taps, not all were working as well as they might. Local farmer Niang Jie sat down with me to explain.
Nandi malikwa ata shangtarbe shangta kori sonrbe ta parcha chamnirbe ta shoni sonrbe ta harcha kai kantan jugube ata timade ta tizgine ta shifu kolachi tumoti tagzi sonrbe ta tizgine ta je jekge landili tanata ata takyo keta tangana ko salurbe ta takyo yulurbe na ata chu tazina ta keta zantron juguna chu kan juguna tazina taripe ta wak suna tanga ta son ta shirong jisnala ta wak ta kanganzgi mekibe otan dumo zanchazgo kube ta tripe ta shena ta tanga chen dini tanga churangi dini keshinere na ta takena mara ta zontro sonere zontro sona ninga shagbe ta dini ona jutkhani gbe jutkhani shajige wak ta hamage ta mara chana shajina tsgeski gotyo longbe ta mara sona rusame gbe atishna ni je jekk sama 사주 통중 작업에 되게시나 그다 이게 찍고 도왔더니 이렇게 계시잖아 다 시기 사게 당주 산처나다 동무들이야 당인이 사게 다 걔나 있어는 말이 동무들이야
But not everyone agreed all the developments had been successful. The closing of the village school, one of around 280,000 that were closed in the last 10 years to allow education authorities to concentrate on better centralised schools, was the most contentious, as it meant children started later and had to board at the school as it was too far away to return every day. Wang Mao Tai's child was physically handicapped and was neither able to attend school or afford to get the medical operations he needed because the new insurance was still not enough to reduce the cost to an affordable level. And one farmer, who asked not to be named, was unhappy with losing land to build the new road, but overall felt the village was improving.
다 상다 그쵸 저는 제초서 다 아까 존랭 그 테라 말이 직속한데 다 당근 상당근 제초 상타라고 말이 예스가 다 멋지고 있는 거 모르게 저대야 고마대 다 대상다 화피네 좀 좋게 손을 봐 내가 친구도 동자도 뭐 매운 거 비나
For the coming years, the government intends to concentrate on finishing the tasks set out in the previous 10-year plan, while at the same time improving on the new services provided. Under the plan, the frozen taps issue is scheduled to be solved, as well as rising the quality of water to that enjoyed in the cities. Although the new plan allows for increased subsidy for children with congenital heart disease and leukemia, the treatment of other children, like Wang Mao Tai's son, will remain at the same subsidy rates. The widening wealth gaps between the urban and rural areas were the driving force behind the new policies. Fan Xiaojian, head of the leading group Office of Poverty Alleviation and Development under the State Council, commented when outlining the plan. The average income of China's urban residents was more than 3 times that of rural residents in 2010, and in response the government was increasing spending in rural areas in the coming years. In Duowa, things were clearly improving, though there was still much to be done to match the living conditions of people living in China's cities. Niang Jie, however, preferred to reflect on the achievements to date rather than look to the future. This is DJ Clark in Duowa, Qinghai, for China Daily.